time for SAP Hana, presented by Approyo and SAP. The presenters for this webinar will be Deepak Aher and Marcus Retrack from Approyo. Just to go over a few basic things with the webinar, everyone is on mute for the call. You can ask questions at the GoToWebinar control panel. Also, we will have time for questions at the end. That's when we'll be answering the questions. In addition, we are recording this webinar. So afterwards, we will be sending out a link to the recording. Here is our agenda for the day. We're going to start off with just going through SAP HANA 101, then why SAP HANA is important today, real-world examples of businesses that are benefiting from SAP HANA, why Approyo is great for SAP HANA, and then we'll go through the question and answers. So now I'm going to give control over to Deepak, and he's going to start the presentation out. Again, I will be the moderator. My name is Kyle Ackerman. So if you have any questions or anything that come your way, please feel free to use the GoToWebinar control panel. Deepak?
Thank you, Kyle. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Deepak Aher from SAP in Palo Alto, beautiful California. Thank you for the opportunity, Chris and Approyo team. Really appreciate this opportunity to be in contact with a lot of HANA enthusiasts, I would say. And I think the agenda is super tight, very nice. I like the agenda. And with that, I will start off. So from an introduction perspective, my name is Deepak Aher. I head the Global Market Enablement for HANA Startup Partner Program. This is a very new, innovative program within SAP. About 2 years old. We were about 6 months in stealth, but essentially with the adoption of HANA globally, this program has got successes in last 2 years, and I will actually walk them through. From a background perspective, come with a direct business development and consulting experience for last 21 years. Been SAP recently and have been instrumental in helping SAP customers to really evangelize and really help with creating innovative, disruptive, and transformative use cases on HANA. I am associated with a very interesting group called Startup Focus Group within SAP Labs, and you know, the today's session is absolutely apt in terms of HANA 101 or why HANA. So having said that, I would just like to give you a prefix in terms of, from a HANA perspective. Most of you are already aware of what is HANA. You guys have been working probably with some of the use cases either internal to your IT or information systems environments, or have heard about HANA and have heard about from different customers with testimonials that are floating today on SAP.com. This particular group that I am associated with is called the HANA Startup Partner Program. This program was actually created with the chairman of SAP, the visionary Dr. Hasso Plattner, who's basically been instrumental in identifying, bringing innovation from outside of SAP. And this particular program actually encourages that. It reaches out to entrepreneurs and universities, independent software vendors, essentially a community, an ecosystem of people who are willing to look at HANA from a platform perspective, build their ideas, and take those ideas to monetize it outside in the in the world. So having said that, just to kind of give you a context, today we have about 1,500 global partners. These are startup companies. As you would have heard, recent announcements, startups are gaining a lot of momentum. They're bringing in, they're moving and shaking a lot of innovation to a large corporates. We have a lot of you customers coming to executive business centers here in SAP labs and other locations of SAP, where most of you guys are looking to understand that, okay, we've purchased HANA or we're looking at HANA. What are some of the use cases? What are some of the use cases that we could take and build it ourselves using HANA as a platform? So my session is focused around it. I hope you would be able to take away some pointers or reach out to me on a separate note. So today we have about 1,500 partners in this program. These are global startup partners, as we call it. We have a well-oiled engine where we basically take these partners and make them go through different phases, and eventually we create a validated solution which is powered by SAP HANA. This particular, this particular engine really helps a lot of these partners to build an innovative and a disruptive application using HANA, and of course using the other parameters or components of HANA that goes along with that. We are in 55 plus countries, to be precise 57 countries. We address today about 22 industries. That means we have about 22 industry solutions which are built by these partners. We address about 9 LOBs as of now, 9 lines of businesses vertically if you would look at it. So this particular program has gained momentum with a lot of you customers essentially to create or open your minds in terms of what HANA can do. And I appreciate this opportunity to really showcase these to you today. So as I mentioned, we're basically building these partner organizations within SAP using SAP HANA's platform adoption strategy, where we engage with these people, with these partners, with developers, with entrepreneurs, with industry analysts, with university professors, students for a large extent. Anybody with a good big data or an analytics idea, we would love to understand that idea. We would love to figure out or work out a method or a model that can help you to build that idea into reality using SAP HANA. And we have a lot of, I should say, goodies as we offer as a part of this program. This program is by invitation only, but we do offer open online forums where people can join in. If they have ideas, they can submit. We're not looking for an idea perspective. We're looking for an overall, give us an understanding of this is what you're looking for, and is HANA a good platform for you to look into. So we engage with this. We do onboarding and engagement through different events and meetups. And then we obviously provide access to high-value networks, essentially the venture capitalist community, customers. We have fireside chats with industry analysts, bloggers, who are essentially influencers for really making that moving and shaking as far as innovation is concerned. We have a fantastic team, a technical team, or is a part of a development accelerator, which basically is helping these application developers or these startups or these independent software vendors to really handhold them through HANA, right from taking or talking about what is HANA, how it can be used, to really technically helping them to enable their application or solution on HANA. Essentially, the end goal is to create a minimum viable product. That product can then be further is basically certified. It goes through a complete due diligence within our organization to say, yes, this solution makes sense, it works on HANA, we do a little bit of testing on our end, and we validate the solution. Then comes the market enablement, where we actually help these partners to monetize their applications within SAP or with SAP customers, or they would basically be a potential merger and acquisition or a co-innovation with our customers. These are potential, I should say, outcomes that we look for. What are these people building on SAP HANA? Right from real-time simulations, patterns, recognitions, to sense and response cycles, variable technology for the enterprises, essentially Internet of Things, solutions for enterprise and consumers. Essentially, what we have realized is out of the 120 validated solutions, 60% of them are out of SAP's traditional domain. And that's the reason why a lot of our customers find that to be extremely interesting. These are applications which are built by, small IT groups within large organizations. These could be, small 2-people startups, or a $20 million independent software vendor, or it could be as big as a large company, as big as $200 million in revenue and things like that. So we want to, our focus is very clear, to help people, to enable people to adopt HANA as a platform. HANA is today a flagship product for SAP. We want to, first and foremost, educate people about what HANA can do, and then if it makes sense, we want to enable these teams, these people, to help build applications. Just to give you an idea, from a discrete industry perspective solutions, we have a lot of startups who are basically built some interesting disruptive solutions, like an early warning system which helps with disruptive root cause analysis for a very high-tech semiconductor or a complex high-tech environment. This is built by Warwick Analytics. Semantic Visions, for example, is a startup based out of Prague which identifies and analyzes risk for supply chain disruptions. Imaginistics, these people they're based out of Lafayette. They've been in 8 years in research with Purdue University and have offshooted into a company called Imaginistics. These people do shape search. Essentially, you can draw anything on the mobile or on your pad, and essentially it will help you to search that particular image back in your inventory, whether it is a bolt or a nut or an entire plane for that matter. So these are some of the examples of startups in different industries. We've got Mobidio, and with finance, with Feedzai. These people are focused on real-time fraud prevention for the electronic payments. Very, very interesting startups, very innovative. Some of these startups have been accorded with or have won awards externally within the VC community, within the Silicon Valley chapters, and of course, and these are again global. They are most innovative startups. They have either awarded most transformative startups, innovative startups, more disruptive startups. Interesting. And as we go along, we have about probably 2,000 more such people who are looking to build some solution, and they have to go through a filter criteria, which helps them to identify whether they can be a part of the program. But essentially, these are kind of examples and use cases in different industries, and most of these use cases, as I said, 60% of them are today focused outside of SAP domain, and that's the reason why most of our customers are looking at it. Having said that, I want to take your attention to Approyo. Approyo is a co-presenter here and essentially the host of this webinar. We would like to pass it over to Chris or Marcus and basically help them. Approyo has been a part of the program and has been extremely successful. The customers love them in terms of what value they bring to the table. And I think I would like to hand over our successful case studies and stories to Chris and Marcus. Kyle, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Marcus, are you there?
Hello.
All right. You're ready to dive into SAP HANA 101.
As soon as it comes on my screen. Can you bring it up?
Can you see the presentation?
No, I cannot.
Nope.
There we go.
There we go, yeah.
Sorry about that.
So let's get into a little bit about SAP HANA as you all know, it's the real-time platform for business. But what we really want to talk about is we really want to talk about the ability for it and what it can do for you from a business perspective. If you're not using it from a business standpoint and you're just thinking of it as technology, you're looking at it all wrong. And what some of these organizations that are out there are unfortunately doing is they see great technology, but the business use case needs to be developed first. And so to be able to take it and create a business initiative around it, be it in marketing, be it in finance, be it in your manufacturing logistics, be it in your transportation, be it in your warehousing, those are the things that an organization needs to be able to showcase to it. It's the real business need of it. And that's one of the things that not only Approyo, but when you look at what SAP has done with all the business use cases that are out there, we're currently engaged with not only internally, but also with customers from healthcare, to manufacturing, to marketing, to transportation logistics, and I'll show you those in some of the next slides. Kyle, if you could move forward, please. So why now? So it really is rapidly progressing. Not only is SAP going to utilize Hana as the backbone for everything and anything within their suites to be able to deliver an organization in real time. And companies may not need some of the aspects of it in real time, but when you look at closing out of month ends or year ends, what may take days and weeks could take hours. And to be able to facilitate massive amounts of data from multiple systems, I'll reference an organization that I'm currently engaged with. They literally have over 100 different databases that they're trying to figure out how to merge together, what to do with them, how to do with them. And as part of that, the only way to be able to do that was to be able to do a big data initiative and to leverage Hana to be able to bring all of those data segments into one nice, clean, easy to understand puzzle. Kyle, next slide, please. There we go. So let's talk some myths and some facts here. And Kyle, you're going to want to push the next a couple times in there. So some of the myths about the speed. Typically, Hana is the fastest entity out there. It's 1,000 times the data, the conventional databases. Hit the next one. There you go. Amount of data stored can be 40 times the data warehouse space of an IMC redesign, which is absolutely correct. We've been seeing massive amounts of data storage. We can make that happen. Entire industries, the energy costs that can be saved. Like I said, we're working with this organization to be able to bring one group of data into a repository rather than have it in all of those disparaged environments. Next one, Kyle. So what is some of the impact of this? So with Approyo, what we see is we see a lot of organizations looking at this in kind of a scale up, scale down, low latency applications messaging, and some different BAS processes. One of the things that I've always hated in SAP, and I've been doing this so long, is the fact that batch process is, having been a basis admin, trying to figure some of those entities out, it really is a pain in the backside. So the ability to be able to have variable applications of streaming data, really a self-service data exploration component, and then being able to shrink a data center. We actually just took a data center space, and with our 3 data centers that we have throughout the United States, with the compression and the capabilities that we have thanks to SAP HANA and what we do internally, and then to be able to leverage that with organizations in our cloud. I'm actually down here with our bosses in our Alpharetta and Roswell facility, and we're talking with organizations about how we can literally bring them in and they can completely clear away and don't have to worry about the managed services. They don't have to worry about the data. They don't have to, it's all inside of that environment to be able to provide them with instantaneous gratification, as we like to call it. Kyle, next slide, please. So I want to give you some real-world customer examples. Kyle, next slide. So the first one is a company called Search Your Cloud. They use Hana for every single customer that they have, and they still happen to use it through us. And what they do is they provide searchability for not only internal but external for data. If you're doing a search for a particular document or even a particular Google segment, that if you do Google or do their internal, it would all come through their application. It utilizes our SAP HANA solution set for them through our cloud to provide all the necessary. So this is a transportation logistics organization called CTG, or Covenant Transportation. Great little city in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The firm uses HANA for their customer segments, transportation transactions. They want to be able to do many things when it comes to transportation, from not only the vehicles, but the human factor, and then the insuranceability of individuals, the licensing of individuals who use their transportation company, the dependencies of drivers. Are they prone to certain components? Are they prone to this? How is their insurance built out around specific rides? How is a specific logistical transport billed and supported? They've got a lot of different use cases that we've been working with them on, and it's fantastic. It's been great to work with them. And at the end of the day, they want to be, of course, get supplies faster to their customers and yet be more cost effective for it. So it's one of those things to be able to help them with and really build up the transportation logistics business lifeline. Kind of slide, please. So here's a little company called Carlisle Construction Manufacturing. We provide them with the HANA hosting, support, managed services, and all that in our facilities. We also provide them with all full DR services of all systems in our SAP cloud. Provide migration, upgrade, solution sets, all of that. We've got a really great relationship with them. One of the things that we really provide, and I think it shows from the conversations that we have, they're a great organization to work with, and they're trying to grow. They want to be able to expand their footprint. They want to be able to understand what they can do with data. They want to understand how the integration of their BI and those solution sets move through within this set. We're working with them, bringing data in from multiple environments and helping them as they move forward. And it's really cool from our standpoint, because when you look at these organizations, some of these organizations are massive $6 billion a year organizations, and others are smaller $200 million a year organizations. And it runs the gamut from construction, manufacturing, but across the board, being able to leverage HANA and be able to leverage the abilities to literally provide an environment in minutes to an organization to start rapidly deploying is really a good sign, and to be able to help them out. Kyle, next slide, please. So why us? Why Approyo for SAP HANA? Next slide. So some of the benefits of our customers, and get a little salesy here on you. So faster implementations with reduced costs. Literally, we can have an environment up for you within 24 hours, and it's all based upon the SAP T-shirting sizes. So you've got the small, medium, large, extra large. We go up to multiple terabytes. Our facilities are SAP. We are the first, currently the only, SAP certified HANA operations organization in the United States. With our 3 facilities, East Coast, West Coast, and the Midwest, we can provide that plus DR, so it really gives us an advantage. Really believe we're on scope, on budget, and on time. We have a very focused methodology that we work with SAP on, and it works quite nicely. Our experience, we've got over 50 plus of these implementations that have gone on and multiple clouds from all of these organizations. That's all we do. We built these facilities, we built these systems specifically for SAP and the SAP HANA side. No other organization allows you that capability. Our tools, our solutions, we really want to leverage our expertise, our 3 data centers, our 3 help desks around the globe then to provide for those organizations. And quite frankly, I think we're the best. So on that note, I'll ask you to go to the next slide, Kyle. So what do you get? SAP provides you with the runtime, real-time platform, app, licensing. One of the nice things too is if you either come with a license from SAP or we can provide you with a license based upon our OEM relationship. We provide you with the environments. We provide you with our data centers, our installs, all those nice fun things. And then what's really important, I think, is the business use cases. We've been there, we've done that. Not too many of these organizations have done anything from a business case when it comes to HANA, if anything at all. And then to provide that with the capabilities, bring your data in, be able to do migrations, upgrades of other components of SAP you want to bring in, BW on HANA, CRM on HANA, Business Suite on HANA. So we've been there, done that. Most organizations haven't. Kyle, next one, please. So we're able to provide you with a secure network. We are Tier 3 data centers. There is nothing less. We do not have railroad tracks running through our backyard. We do not have a parking lot next to our front door. We actually have 3 of the best secured SAP built only data centers that allow us to provide those services and solutions for organizations as we build out and support. And as we look to grow, we want to make sure that that's the exact same methodology we use in all of them. There is no process that deviates from any of them within our facilities for our customers. Kyle, next one, please. So again, why deploy on HANA, faster rollout from us? Sir Cash, we can change it from either CapEx to an OpEx if you so choose. If you don't wish to choose, we can host it in there as well. We got relationships, great relationships with Cisco, Dell, HP, EMC, all those guys, and we can provide a rack and stack with a HANA. But we preferred to have our relationship since we were the first production go live on a VMware cloud within our facility at EMC World. We were doing it during the presentation and announced. It's been written up multiple times. We'd love to show somebody how it can associate that. Our reliability, our flexibility, and then the fact that we don't want you to have any complexity within your organization as you're looking at HANA. And our team will really provide you with those capabilities. Kyle, next slide, please. So real quickly, some of the deployment within hours versus days, it's always critical. Ensure out-of-the-box high availability. Of course, it's 9/9. We go to 4 nines, especially with our environments with VMware-based organization. The CapEx, reducing the OpExes, really migrating across those hosts and the templates. Somebody have a question? Hearing none. Next slide, Kyle. So one of the things that we are providing, and this is just a dashboard, and we do a whole lot of reporting for this. We are the provider of choice for this operational system for marketing, promotion capability of giving a reporting on your entire environment within our facilities. We use a tool called Blue Medora, which is BOps that gives us everything we need to be able to showcase. And you get a weekly report from us exactly how your HANA environment's doing. We're the only organization currently providing that outside of Blue Medora. We signed a real nice relationship with them. And because of that relationship with that organization, what we're able to do is really provide that to our customers. We do that free of charge. We want to make sure that you understand where your system's strengths are, where your capabilities within that system itself, and hope that you see what we see and what we can report on a daily basis. And it just makes for a stronger environment as you're growing, and it starts to grow and you put more data into the system. Because a bad system is going to cause issues as you keep going forward. Kyle, next one, please. There you go. So the management pack for SAP HANA, 300 to 400 SAP-specific metrics are included in it, and we want to make sure that we target those for organizations. There are 6 SAP HANA out-of-the-box dashboards designed specifically for us for troubleshooting, diagnostics, and analysis, but the analysis is key for yourselves, and that's why we give it to organizations free of charge, because it is free with every system that you get with Approyo, because we want you to get that information up front as you're moving forward. Kyle, please. So at this point, I'll let Kyle ask any questions that may come in, and I hand it back over to you, Kyle.
All right, great. We do have a few questions that came in. One was, are you, and this is for everyone on all the presenters, are there any industries that you've seen the HANA adoption really grow lately, or any industries that right off the bat really embraced HANA, or has it kind of been across the board?
I can take that, give you an overall view. I think we saw a lot of adoption in the high-tech manufacturing space initially, but then all of a sudden we saw a lot of movement in the engineering, mining, construction area. Quite honestly, I think from an adoption perspective, there is an equal amount of promotion that goes towards every industry. It is, how many customers really adopt them, and more important is how many customers adopt them and implement it successfully. That is where it is. I think if you would go on saphana.com, you would find ebooks. That means these are PDF documents available, which will give you an idea what customers are really looking at it. We are seeing, I would say, as of now, CPG, Consumer Products Group, they are definitely using a lot of them. Aerospace and Defense is using a lot of them. In public sector, we are seeing a lot of movement. Manufacturing obviously is there, a significant amount, because you have to understand, SAP traditionally has been an ERP focused player, and because of that, it is a natural transition for them to really adopt HANA as a technology, a platform for them to build more applications on. So I would say manufacturing definitely, and then the new industries that I mentioned about. Interestingly, recently, about a year or so, we are also seeing an uptake of HANA adoption in sports and entertainment. And a lot of them actually you would see on saphana.com sites. So that's from my side. I hope I was able to answer the question.
Yeah, well, I'll do want to add a point. We've seen some financials in the healthcare industry quite a bit. When you look at insurance and providers, when you also look at where they can save funds going forward from their different environments. That's one, financials. Dealt with a big financial bank out of New York where we were able to support them and get their month end and their year end down from a month end, which was over 8 days down to 2 days, and then get their year end down from almost 30 plus days down into the team was quite an accomplishment for them. So those are starting to get some pickup. Of course, the healthcare, you've got some things going on with this Obamacare and stuff going on that it's really been able to help them and the insurance companies and then the healthcare. It's quite a benefit right there. Kyle?
All right, great. Another question that came in was, SAP HANA on HP or IBM, what's recommended?
On HP or IBM?
Yep.
So either one of them are certified appliances.
Yeah.
So you can utilize either one of them. We've got customers on both. Of course, IBM is its own standalone platform where the HP can actually do virtualization and do a lot of other things and go from a non-standard appliance to a virtualized environment. But at the end of the day, all of those are certified and they're all able to be worked on very rapidly.
Okay, great. Another question is, do you guys manage on-site or is it strictly in the cloud? How does that work?
It is both.
All right.
Then we can provide services at your facility, or we can provide services at our facility within our systems.
Great. Then what kind of certifications, if I'm looking for a HANA partner like you guys, or just, you know, a HANA partner, sorry, just reading the question here, what certification should I be looking for? And what are you certified in?
So essentially there are multiple certifications. If you are a customer, there are separate certifications that you're looking at. If you are a developer and would wish to join, either a developer or if you have an idea which is like a startup idea which you would like to join through the program, we handhold you through the right certification that is required. Typically, SAP has multiple levels of certification. It's called the ICC certification, which is what SAP focuses on. If your question is about that certification, we can definitely help you to get the right certification. If it is hardware-oriented certification, I guess, Marcus, you can probably share more on that.
Yeah, one of the things I was just going to say, if it's coming back to what type of certifications, you got to make sure that they're certified to be a HANA provider, HANA services. They're a cloud provider, then they got to be a HANA certified cloud solution set, which we are as well. Don't just pick some company that's a basis company. They don't know the HANA environments. If they haven't done a HANA implementation yet, then they're clueless. And I don't mean to be rude, but if they don't have those basic capabilities to go and get certified on it like SAP, then you're in trouble.
That is correct.
Kyle?
Yep. All right. Just going through the questions here. What would an assessment look like is the question I have.
Sure. From our point of view, we've got a 4-hour assessment, and we also have what we call our workshops. 4-hour assessment, we sit down with you, we review your system, we review what kind of data you're going to be bringing in, what you want to do with the environment, how you want to utilize it, and then to be able to give you some type of, at the end of that, some type of a solution set that might be able to provide you with what you're looking for as going forward.
Okay, great. And I think you might have touched on this in the presentation, but someone's asked for clarification on licenses. Do you sell licenses? How does that work?
We do, as well as SAP. We are an OEM provider as well as of our. Some organizations are get their licenses directly from SAP, which is fantastic. Bring your license, and we'll provide it with you. Some organizations need to get licenses, and then we can talk to them about doing an OpEx, CapEx, or whatever solution set that they need for their licenses.
Okay, great. Then the last question that I have from someone, and again, you said you mentioned this, but kind of wanted to go a little bit more detail about, do you follow the SAP T-shirt sizing for your systems? If you could just speak a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. Small, medium, large, extra large, all the way up to 8 terabytes, just like SAP does. We match it 1 for 1. We feel that's critical. We got to match the mothership.
Okay, great. Well, that is all the questions that I have. Unless any of the other attendees have any questions, you can type them in. Otherwise, please feel free. We'll be sending out, again, the recording of this, and you can follow up with any other questions as well. Also, we'll be doing future webinar sessions here in the next few months, so please keep an eye out for those invites and take a look on our website for upcoming dates. I want to thank the presenters. You guys did a great job, and thanks to everyone for attending. Give you a little bit of your time back for the day, and again, thank you. We'll be sending out the video, and then we'll also send out the winner of the iPad later as well. So thank you, everyone.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, everyone.